Hello, I'm Elise Stieferman and I am the Director of Marketing at Coegi, and today I'm going to talk to you about the reasons why brands are really missing out if they aren't leaning into video. So the first thing that may not be the most obvious is that brands are actually losing out on sales if they aren't putting forth that investment in video. Historically, video has been viewed as an upper funnel tactic. It's all about awareness, it's all about gaining brand rapport and kind of creating that warm, fuzzy feeling. And while that's true, especially for longer form video where you're telling a story and really trying to build that connection, videos actually also become very integral to building that consideration phase of purchasing a product, and it sometimes ultimately leads to that end conversion. That's especially true of short form videos. I know that a lot of people are afraid of 6-second videos not being effective, but that's just the way digital is going these days. Obviously, there's a lot of things trying to grab consumers' attention, especially on social media. So brands have to get in there really quickly, explain the value of the product and why they should act now, and use it to really compel action. And it's definitely a more personal way to be able to connect with the consumers. It's more impactful in a lot of ways than a display ad would be, which is just a static banner that's trying to tell you to do something that you may ultimately be ignoring when you're reading other content, whereas video is compelling you to stop and pay attention and consider the next steps. The second thing brands should consider is the customer lifetime journey. Video has the ability to build greater affinity, and especially is true for people who are already exposed to your brand and are just considering, should I buy from them again? It's easy to be able to pivot quickly to other brands that have a similar offering, especially if it's lower cost. But if you use video to build that connection and build that affinity, it's always going to go in the positive direction for your brand. Another thing to consider is how you can use video to educate the consumer. Thinking about those how-to videos, how they incorporate it into their life, how it's going to make their lives better, is going to make them visually see the value in investing in your brand. And then lastly, there's always the excitement around generating new leads or new customers for your brand and using video to build that awareness. But there's also the consideration of building repeat purchasers. So serving them videos that highlight different products that may not be the same as what they purchased before, but could be an upsell or could be a complement to what they've already invested in. And there's no better way to do that than this very highly engaging medium. Lastly, video has the ability to really generate buzz around your brand. Of course, people appreciate reading reviews online, probably even more so user-generated videos that are actively reviewing products. But when you think about the TikToks and the YouTubes of the world, video is really what's capturing attention and being a very shareable medium. So if you want to be able to go viral or really create a splash and create a moment for your brand, video is just the way to go. So I get where you're coming from. Video, it's pretty expensive, or at least it can be. But really the direction all marketers are going is very video heavy. And it doesn't have to be high production quality. It can be a user-generated content that comes from your iPhone that's 6 seconds long. And that even feels more authentic on social platforms. And the longer we wait to really dip our toes into the water as marketers, the further behind we're going to be for our brands. So now is as good of a time as ever to really begin to invest in video and understand you are going to get that return. It may be a longer journey before you see that investment come back, but it ultimately will feed into your bottom line.